emergency vehicle making its way there. So a new over, the second over will be bowled. Kerik Mentor, the son of Kerry Mentor. Just saw a photo the other day of both the mentors being given some accolades, some award. They were at one of our local restaurants, and recognizing the contribution of this duo, father and son, must be a very proud moment for both, especially the father having his son on the same field with him, able to tutor him, nurture him as he craft his skill in the cricketing world. But he now busses in. And this one is nicely turned off of the legs there, and rushes into a backward point position, and so 4 runs there for the batsman Malik Maselin there, and 4 lovely runs there. So just drifting a little bit on the leg side there, and Maselin just getting inside and just tucking that behind square for 4 good runs. So there's a slip, a man just there backward of the umpire. Short mid-off and mid-on, a man on the deep cover boundary there, a man backward a point, a third man, and a slip, as I said, as Mentor. Maselin going for an expansive drive outside of the off stump, looking like he was trying to go over the top, but did not make any connection. So I believe the power play is 6 overs. 4 overs worth of power play in this competition here. So looks like only 2 fieldsmen can be outside of the circle. So this one was a nice Yorker length delivery, and Maselin had to come down on it a little hard, and then they rushed through for a quick single. There was a shy at the striker's end, but no damage done. So the score goes up to 9 for the loss of 1. We're in over number 2. Stifle appealed from behind of the wicket there. The bowler didn't show any interest in that, and looked like he got some bat onto that. So a single going up to Pereira there. So score goes up to 10 without loss. 10 for 1, sorry. We're in over number 2. Remember, there's a 20 over. The Sir Vivian Richards competition, just about 2 years now, has been rehauled into a 20 over competition, and so the T20 cricket seems to be taking over the world. That seems to be attracting the fan base. That's where the money is, that's where the interest is. This one is outside of the off stump, and Maselin going for a whiff out there, but coming up with nothing. The emergency vehicles seem to be very busy today. We hope that all is well. Hope there's no major damage on our roadways. This one is driven nicely through the covers. They go for 1, and they're looking for 2, and a bobble out there by the fieldsman. We're very casual there, and so that afforded the batsman that opportunity for another deuce. So at the end of over number 2, the score goes up to 12. 12 for the loss of 1 there. Just trying to find out who won the toss here. Kerry, who won the toss? So 2 overs in the bag. I understand it's 4 overs of power play. So 12, they would think would want to be a little bit, I think the policemen, after winning the toss and electing to bat, they would have fancied having a little bit more on the scorecard without losing that wicket. But we all know cricket is a game of many turns. But it's Pollard again, left arm over the wicket. And this one is just pushed there to a man at wide mid-off position, and no run there. So 2 slips. 2 men out, 1 at third man, 1 at fine leg. A man just back with a point, a short mid-on. And yeah, that's for the count there. As the left arm Pollard. This one is hiked high. Didn't go anywhere. Who's going to take it? The keeper is going for it. And a little mixed up there with the keeper and the man coming in from the wide mid-on position. But the keeper, mid-off position, the keeper was able to hold on to it. And so Shamar Pereira going for a big hit, but only managing to sky it high in the air. And so another wicket goes. So Pollard is creating some havoc there on the police team here. And so the second wicket goes with the score at 12 for 2. So definitely not the start that the police team would have hoped for, having won the toss, probably assessing the condition. The pitch is looking rather, from here, looks a bit placid, so I guess they felt it could have been a batsman paradise, but hasn't worked out the way that they would have, I guess, planned it. But the Rising Sun team, on the other hand, they would feel pretty good about where they are at this moment, having taken 2 wickets in the power play and only 12 runs on the board, so they could not have asked for a better start there. So a new batsman coming to the crease there. Number 10 in Damian Valentine. Damian Valentine, from my record, not a real power hitter. Someone who is going to nudge it and push it around and frustrate the bowlers. But at this stage, police would need a partnership here to consolidate and have no more wickets fall maybe for the next 6, 7, 8 overs. And first delivery just outside of the off stump, and Valentine just leaving that, watching that going through. So police would have to regroup, reorganize, probably recalculate their intended total here, as they would really need to dig in and no more wicket. They can't afford to lose any more wicket. On the other hand, Rising Sun, you see they're still attacking. They have their 2 slips. They're looking for that further breakthrough, put police on the back foot. And this one, he's just running it down to the wide third man position, and so an easy single. So Valentine gets off the mark, and so the score inches up to 13 for 2. We're in over number 3. Pollard is making an adjustment in the field. He's removing the slip for Marcelin, and he is strengthening the onside. Now sending the man at mid-on a bit straighter, and now another change. Now he's deciding to put him onto the offside, So putting a man into the extra cover region there. So a strong offside, a stronger offside field. Left arm over. And Marcelin just feeling for that a little bit. The bat was a little bit away from the body there, and but he managed to keep it down, control it, and just stabbing it onto the onside there. So Pollard has really been bowling a very good length and line to the batsmen. They have not been able to get him away. That's a looping bouncer there, trying to get something short, and that just hit the pitch and just sat up and floated over the batsman head. Actually died on its way to the keeper, so probably just hitting a little rubbery spot there, soft spot there. And so wide is signaled by umpire Calvin Thomas. Again, just having the bat just a little away from the body. Looks like it just came off of the outer half of the bat there by Marcelin, but another single. And so over number 3 in the bag. After 3 overs, the score inches up to 15 for the loss of 2 wickets. 15 for 2 after winning the toss, so just around 5 runs and over. Would have anticipated that they probably were looking for about maybe a 8-9 runs and over in the first power play, last over of the power play. So let's see what the approach of the police team would be. I think Marcelin would have been one that they would have been depending on to be the aggressor in the opening stage. He normally bats very positive. So it's Kerik Mentor. And Marcelin looking lovely there with a nice little drive there, but finding the man straight into the cover region. So probably not feeling that, probably felt that he missed out on that opportunity there. But that was a foolish delivery, and there was Marcelin leaning into a drive there, but so the man now, let's see, it's a slip, a short third man. As this one, he's going for one, going aerial. The man coming around as he has the leg, it goes all the way over. So the first maximum of the game there for Marcelin, going a little inside out, hitting that over the wide long off position. And so 6 runs there to Marcelin. As I said, that is Marcelin's game. That is what you would sort of expect from Marcelin in the early overs. And actually, I think he really bats like that, whether early or late. That is just his style. He's very positive and always looking for the scoring opportunities. We want to say good afternoon to our viewers, our listeners who are joining us on the Antigua Parish League Network. And really good to have you. Send in your comments. Tell us who you're rooting for. What do you think will be the final score here? Give us your opinion as Marcelin cuts this one down to a cover point region there. And so coming back for the second run there. So the score goes up to 23 for loss of 2 wickets. So Mentor, and this one is going high again, and that looks like it's going to cover the boundary, and that's another maximum. So that one was Square driven high over the backward point boundary, and so 6 more runs. So definitely Marcelin stepping up the gas there. This is the last over of the power play. So Marcelin definitely trying to take advantage of this opportunity here. So it's Karik again, and this one is outside of the off stump, and he's again leaning back, cutting it to the cover point. Another misfield for the man there on the boundary. Does it have the leg to go to the boundary? No, they come for 2 runs, and so the score goes up to 25 for the loss of 2 wickets. And let me take a pause for a cause and let 31, my apologies, I forgot that 6 there. So the score is 31 as it's the young mentor, and here he goes again, inside out. Does it have the leg? It doesn't look so. The man is coming around, he overruns it, and it goes for 4 runs. So that gentleman on the cover point boundaries having some trouble out there. He ran in there, the ball, maybe the wind picked it up, I don't know, and just took it over his head. 1 bounce into the boundary, and so a very, very productive over for the police team. The score goes up at the end of the power play, 35 for the loss of 2. And so I will take a little break as I pause for a great cause to introduce the legendary, the icon.
I think that you could easily have...
Fix your mic so listeners can hear you, sir.
I think that you
the great Cruyff.
You could have easily said the senior commentator has just arrived. Good afternoon to the listeners and viewers. Sorry to be late. I think that there was a miscommunication with me and the boss, because I could have sworn that he said that the game would have started at 3:15.
He's quite adamant that that was not the communication, sir.
Well, if you know Taddy Arundel, aka the Ayatollah, he's never wrong. So, if that is strange to you, then you really don't know him. Anyway, legendary ground, Rising Sun, has a whole lot of history, and I was supposed to interview him this afternoon to find out where this ground got the name Rising Sun. But nonetheless, seems to be an interesting contest building here. Police, and who won the toss, John?
The police team won the toss
and elected to bat first. All right.
So
and they are 36 for 2 in the, what over is it?
4 overs completed.
4 overs. So they're still inside the power play?
Well, I understand it's 4 overs of power play.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
they've just
completed the power play.
The power play. Lovely afternoon with a lovely southerly breeze. Excellent day for cricket. And you're going to have to help me out, John, with the names of the bowler and the person on strike.
I myself will need some help, but that looks like Amar Nathaniel to me. And this one, there is Valentine trying to pull it. There wasn't that short for that shot, and luckily for him, maybe that ball was just drifting down leg. There was an appeal, but umpire Dirk Scouten showed no interest. Huh? No, that looks like Amar Nathaniel. That's driven there to the man at
Is Nathaniel?
Amal Nathaniel. Yeah, Amal Nathaniel. This one looks like come off of an edge, and it makes its way down to the vacant 3rd man boundary, and so streaky boundary there for Valentine there.
It doesn't look as if the bowler has any intentions of giving the ball any kind of fight. So it's going to be flat. So any thick or outer edge, so long as it's not going straight to first slip, it's going to find its way down to the boundary, as it did. So it's 40 for 2 in this the fifth over, John?
Yes. That last over the power play was really a good one for the police team. They were struggling after 3 overs. They only had 15 runs on the board, and so I think they got about 20, 21 runs out of that over. So that really gave the innings a little impetus in that last over of the power play.
That last ball being driven down to cover, collecting 2 runs in the process. So now it's 42 for 2 police, and this is the 5th over. Down the leg side, being signaled wide by umpire scouting.
Yeah, but Clive, it would be really interesting to hear, because this ground, when you speak of cricket, you hear about Rising Sun, St. John's ground. Those are two of the staple of grounds that you would hear. It really interesting. But the end of over numbers 5 overs in the bag, and so after 5 overs, the score is 42 for 2, and so a little recovery here for the police team. They would need to continue. They were struggling at 12 for 2, so a little recovery here by these two, and so they would need to dig deeper if police is going to put a decent score on the scorecard.
Going at just over 8 runs and over just after the power play is not a bad score, and I see that now there's going to be an introduction of a left arm spinner from the main road end. I don't know, John, that teams at this level plan an approach in the power play, and that is so important when the limitation of fielders on the boundary and stuff like that. I don't know that at this level that it's ever planned, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see what the approach is going to be.
The bowler. So we have a new bowler coming from the Celesta Bird Medical Center end. That is Justin Robinson. So they're just making some slight adjustment to the field. Is he a left arm? So he's going left arm around. Is driven to the man there at a mid-off, a little wide-ish mid-off position there. You have some spectators walking on the field of play, unbothered by what's happening around them.
You care to tell the gender of those spectators?
Clive, just going back a bit to these grounds in your playing days, I guess you would have had a few encounters here. The pitch, how did you find the pitch normally plays here?
The pitch at Rising Sun has always been very, very even. Nice, steady pace and bounce. It has been or was predictable for many, many years, and you knew that you were going to get an even pace pitch where you could actually play through the line and feel safe. So that was one of the hallmarks of this particular ground. I mean, I would not have the early history because if you're talking about 42 years ago, and that's a lovely shot. Played through the line. I mean, my words did not fall on the ground. Played through the line and just helped it to the mid-wicket boundary for 6. The score is now 48, or is it 49? I think that you 48. Score, I'm going to challenge you because I think that the score is 49. I like your lovely smile, but that does not make you right. Why am I going to challenge you that you may have missed a run? We can argue that at a later date. But keep smiling. Yes, John.
Yeah.
Many battles were fought here. This being the home ground of the team that has been a staple for many years. So the history is very rich where Rising Sun is concerned. Driven up to short mid wicket, no run, fielded cleanly.
Well, I from a couple of interviews I've done, most of the guys they would either tell me about St. John's Ground or Rising Sun Ground. It's so I know a lot of the cricketers would have passed through these academies here, if to say the least. And that's a bad piece of field in there by the man there in the wide mid-off region there. Yeah, so I know this ground has played quite a bit in the development of a lot of our national cricketers across the years.
Absolutely correct. And the two grounds being adjacent to each other, she had many proud moments because when Rising Sun would do battle against St. John's, it was one of the most heralded, one of the most watched, one of the most anticipated games in the annual fixtures.
I was like at the Ashes.
Yes, and I can't tell you it would be, and we in Antigua and by extension the Caribbean.
Oh, that's a chance going down there. There was Valentine going for that drive outside of the off stump and getting a thick outside edge, and the man there had slip. That could be
Trish Phillip.
Is it Trish Phillip or is it the left-handed opening bowler Pollard? He just made a mess of it. Didn't pick it up, it looked like to me, and so that crashed into the boundary, and so we are completed 6 overs in the bag. Justin Robinson just finishing his first over, and so after 6 overs the score goes up to
46
53 53 for 2. So nice partnership here. So this is I think about 41 if my match is correct. I think the second wicket fell at 12. So a nice little partnership, pulling the police into a more comfortable position than they were a few overs back.
And I was just touched by another legend, Mark the Bull Charles. Has been known for the strength of his shoulders. Nothing fancy in terms of his run-up, but was a menace.
Did you ever face him, Craig?
Yes, and I conquered.
You conquered him?
At least from my memory.
he was able to conquer me 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4. That strike rate seems to be about 25%. That's way below the benchmark.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not
we wrangled for about 6 years.
I'm not gonna argue that,
but he was a devastating batter.
Okay. Well, from all reports, I heard he was.
Very good batter. Once he got the better.
I heard his.
But I made sure that I would go short, go high, go low.
Oh, you kept him guessing. You didn't keep him one length.
And I was lucky on most occasions.
All right.
One hell of a fastball.
All right. So Nathaniel will continue here, and this time now he's coming over the wicket, and this one is a full ball, and there is Marcelin doesn't need another invitation, crashing that way over the long on position, and another maximum for Marcelin.
So the score is now 59, scorer. Are we on the same page? Thank you very much. You've got to tick the proverbial tick like you would in school. You can remember that, my dear. Driven down to long off. Not fielded cleanly, but the batsman opted not to come back or not to go back for the second. Good contest building here as we are now in the 7th over.
So what I've noticed, Marcelin definitely, since that last over of the power play, he has really got into a different gear, has been a bit more aggressive, a bit more authoritative in his stroke play, and so he's really now giving police some hope in terms of putting a real competitive score on the card. And here he is trying to make, I would say, a little impossible shot. The ball was a bit not short as he would have anticipated and was really coming into him, but he was trying to make the room, but was cramped in the end and didn't make much contact there.
Yes, John, is this the first game in the Thursday League fixture?
I am not too certain. I'd have to get some stats. The second week of Thursday League action.
The second week, all right.
So, Clive, you would have played in this competition, this Thursday League competition before?
I can't remember. You would have to ask Study what age. And I did hear that, well, I've heard that the overall sponsorship for the Parish League is in its 48th year, which is a whole lot of years. Just a little younger than you are, John.
Okay, let's just get back to that in a bit. So over number 7 in the bag. At the end of over number 7, the score is 62. 62? 62 for 2. So my maths tell me that would be the 50 run partnership. I don't know if my scorer has that stat or that data available, but this I think that's the 50 run partnership between these two, and so a good partnership there. While police was reeling, they came in, and more so I would say Marcelin has been pretty authoritative in his stroke play.
Yes, agreed. The left arm spinner is still in the attack.
Justin Robinson.
I must say that I expected the DPP to be in attendance. John?
I think he decided to take a break from you today, Five. You've been gunning at him, and there's Marcelin trying to hit that, and he hits it with some power, and that just rushed into the wide long off position, and so 4 more runs. So anything short, Marcelin is getting into position quickly and taking full opportunity of what is presented to him.
That was a pretty good shot because he bisected. Well, I thought they had a long off. Yes, there is a long on in place, and he was able to dissect the long off, the man on the long off boundary, and the sweeper. So, lovely shot. And the score is now up to 67, 66, 60, 63 and 4 is still 66.
62. Wow, that's a clubber. Does it have the leg? Yes, it does. Akai's gone in trouble. Okay. So, definitely Marcelin is turning up the heat now, throwing his bat at everything.
The charge is in full effect, and since that was 62 before that 6, the score is now 68. Oh, so the score now is 72. Sorry.
72
Sorry.
for 2. Robinson struggling a bit with his length here as Marcelin is not easing, and there he goes again, making some room there for himself and crashing that onto the offside, but a single straight to the man there at a extra cover position there on the boundary.
Score is now 77.
73.
73.
Here is Valentine just having a little whiff outside of the off stump and coming up with nothing. I think Valentine should just realize, just get some bat onto that, give Marcelin the strike. He seems to be seeing the ball, as they would say in the proverbial way, as big as a bird. He's bowled him. bowled him, just making the comment that he should be looking to push that ball around and give Maslin the strike. And there he was going for a pull shot to a ball that was not there for that shot, and he was comprehensively bowled. So the breakthrough has finally come for the Rising Sun team with a score on 73 for 3.
I think to his credit, John, that ball may have skidded on to him. Was probably not the best decision to play across the line, because I think that the ball eventually hit the off stump, and he would have been ill-advised to try to play that ball on the onside as opposed to pushing it somewhere on the offside with a straight bat. But Valentine has been around for a long time. Not a stranger to the parish league version of the game. But good breakthrough for the men of Rising Sun. Is it Spartans or they've changed the name?
I don't know.
Come on, John, you did not do your homework.
I didn't get that data. But
and what is usually the case is that I keep relying on my junior commentators to provide these kinds of information, and very often they've fallen short. But John, nonetheless, it's still a good contest.
Oh, you do a hit and run? You're hitting and run, huh?
Yes, I did not expect a response.
Nathaniel coming from over the wicket. And this one, he's making some room and crushing it to the offside, and it looks like another boundary again. So there's no stopping Maslin at the moment. We're good to get a score for Maslin there. Score goes up to 77. Oh, so he made his 50 already. So apologies, we didn't highlight that. He's on 57 there. So a good half century there for Maslin. Started a bit slow, but after that fourth over there, really grew in confidence and has continued non-stop since then.
John, it's okay to blame the score, because these significant milestones should be pointed out by the scorer, and I think that she... Okay. Point taken. My bad again. I hate to be corrected by a female.
This one, he's going the long handle, I would call this, and this is way out the park. Is it into the Botanical Gardens? That was a huge one, given some room outside of the off stump, and he freed his hand, and he had a big swing and 6 maximum. So
it looks to me, John, as if this has become personal, because he is going after what the bowler's name is, John?
Nathaniel.
He is going after Nathaniel with vigor and aggression. And he has won the battle so far.
Yeah, that's lovely. Just over the man head there, and a good piece of feeling there from the man coming across from the mid-wicket area, and they're going through for 2 runs, and so they eventually made it. A little hesitation in the second one, but eventually making it comfortable. So the score goes up to 75? 85. Catching the Cruyff virus, taking out the score.
And the personal contribution of Maxim would be...
that was that 4 byes. So that was a quicker one from Nathaniel, and that went through the batsman and the keeper. 4 byes. And so the runs keep accumulating. Police will take it anyhow. So
67 and 57.
85 and 4, 89.
I think that you're anticipating my question.
Oh, that is
often very, very dangerous.
This is unbelievable. 1 second, Craig. This is unbelievable. A batsman is hitting everything out of sight, and then he decides he's going to try a reverse dink. I just don't understand the concept in that batting. Luckily for him, didn't get any touch.
I always refer to that as trying to be cute. So in calculating the man on
the chance for a run out. but the batsmen change their mind, and eventually now, after the throw, they get a single. But Clive, I think you were spot on. There seems to be a little personal animation between the bowler and the batsman there. But we'll get back to that. So we have, what, 8 overs in the bag? After 8 overs, the score goes up to 86. 90? Oh, sorry, I forgot the 4 byes. 90. 90 for 3 after 8 overs. So, Clive, what's that? That's about 11.35?
You cannot say that it's 11 point anything. Let us be exact.
I see you're calculating there, Clive. I can see you doing the maths in your head right now while we're talking.
I'm trying to add
11.25.
Maxon's personal contribution.
And another sloppy piece of fielding there. And so the boundary continues to reign. And that's 4 more to Marcelin. He must be getting pretty close to that 3-figure mark. He's really scoring in boundaries. Sloppy piece of fielding, though. That really did not deserve to go for a boundary. But the fieldsman there on the cover boundary there was a bit shaky in his approach, and the ball just eluded him for another boundary. This one is another big one. Does it have the leg to go? No, it does not. And the fieldsman got a hand on it, but it eventually dribbled into the boundary. So another boundary again. Scorer gonna need an update on Marcelin's score. The score is 98. So I'm gonna put Marcelin at about 78.
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay. So Robinson, 74. Marcelin again, really now deciding he's throwing his bats at everything. And a single, a bit of anticlimax, was just hitting all boundaries there, but getting a single. So score goes up to 99. 99 for 3.
And Maxim's contribution is now 75. And we're still in the 9th over, my dad? Yes, still in the 9th over.
I didn't think we got who was the new batsman there? I didn't think we got him. Benter. Duran? So Duran Benter, wow, normally opens the innings in these sort of games. Oh, he arrived a bit late, okay, so police come in fully loaded. Well, let's see, score is 100. The 100 is up, I think, Clive. The 100 is up.
Yes.
Another single, so the score goes up to 101. We're in over number 9.
I don't know that you can depend on the depth of the police team in terms of their batting prowess. I don't think that you have a lot left in the tank. So they should be mindful that this is the partnership that will probably take them over 150.
Well, we have completed 9 overs. Now, that's 9 or 10 overs? That should be 10. We started at the other end. 10. Yeah, so yeah, that's 10 because we started at the Botanical Gardens end. So 10 overs in the bag, halfway there, Clive, winning the toss and batting. 102, I think it is. 102? 102 for 3. I would say police would be pretty happy. Happy of the two teams at this stage of the game.
They should be. If the score was 12 for 2, that's a pretty decent recovery. And like I said, I cannot imagine that they've got a whole lot left in the tank in terms of their batting situation. So they should be mindful that this is the partnership that should take them over 150. And if you want to be competitive on a ground like this, John, you must score in excess of 150, 175 to give yourself an outside chance of winning.
Well, 10 overs in the bag, 10 more to go. Marcelin is at about 76, 77, 75, so he has another quarter of a century if he can make it to get to that 3-figure mark. But it looks like Pollard, the opening bowler, looks like he's coming back into the attack. Bowled, I think, 2 or 3 decent overs, or 2 good overs to start the innings. And so they have come back with him, trying to see if he can make another breakthrough.
Any relation to Kieran Pollard of Trinidad? Absolutely none. I was just
Dead ball there. What the ball hit the? Oh, the bail fell down, and I think the ball also crashed into the helmet. So a fortunate break there for the Rising Sun team there. That would have been 5 bonus runs, I think. That's how it goes. That's how it's played.
But John did this guy Pollard, and I was told that he's out of Barbados, is generating some steam.
Yeah, he had a real good bowler, good line and length there. First 2 overs, I think he bowled.
Okay.
Was really pushed the police team back.
And you have the 2 benders, one playing for police and the other one playing for Rising Sun, because I think that I may have spotted the older of the 2 getting dressed for the Rising Sun Spartans.
But one of the important things I've observed too, I've seen Kerry Mentor on the sideline. Doesn't look like he's playing today. No, he's not playing today. So I don't know if it's tactical, if it's opportunity he's given to the others, but he's not in the lineup today. But it's Pollard. In his first spell, he came over the wicket. Now today, he's coming around the wicket, a loud appeal, and umpire Scouten didn't have any interest in giving that decision, and so they now come back for a second run on the overthrow.
Was it a run or leg by?
Oh, sorry,
no,
yeah.
No signal given
No
by the
signal.
umpire. So
Yeah, that's true.
there may have been an edge.
That would have. Oh, now he signals the leg by, so just probably getting alert there. So another single, another 2 leg bys. Sorry, adding to the scorecard. And let's just remind our viewers, you're here live on the Antigua Parachute Network. We're watching the Sir Vivian Richards Thursday League cricket. It's 20 overs for those of you who would have been familiar with this competition. The format has changed, was changed over just about 2 years ago, and so it's now into a 20 over. I think it was 35 when it was playing first, but it's now into that. The T20 format is taking over everything, Cruyff, and so the Thursday League has adopted the 20 over style of play.
Well, it would be interesting to ask the owner. He's now the sole owner of the Parish League. Huh? I think since the Fitzroy brand died, he has become the sole owner of the business. Well, kudos to him. He has stayed the course. I don't think that there's ever been a year that he has not put on the 3 competitions. And
Sir Curtly, the Sir Richie Richardson,
yes,
the Dave. It's actually 4. Dave Joseph,
correct.
and
correct.
also what? Oh, this is. Oh, I'm so sorry, viewers. I was just so disheartened, but a wicket has fallen, and the batsman there in Malik Marcelin, I'm going to say he gave away his wicket. He said, "I've had enough."
What did he do? I mean, it was so fast. And
He went into his wicket and he tried that. What you said? You call it cute? He tried the cute reverse dink. This guy has been belting the leather off of the ball. Nobody has really beaten his bat. Why would you resort to? He tried it already the over before. It didn't work, and he still insisted he had to try it. So a breakthrough, and I know Rising Sun will take it with glee. But it's really unfortunate when we see our batters not appreciating that opportunity to get to that three-figure mark.
And I think that makes it so much worse because you're approaching a landmark, and to get out like that shows just a lack of discipline and common sense. And like I said, I cannot see where the police team has a whole lot more in the tank.
Well, Vincent Shadrack Jr. has come to the crease, and he is going to try to prove you wrong. He's going to say, hey, we got batting all the way down, so he's here. He's going to try and make his statement.
I've seen this movie before, and I know exactly how it's going to end, John. And unfortunately, and I don't want you to think that I write or I wrote the script, I just know how these movies, and these movies are always sad.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the score at the fall of that wicket was 105 for 4. So, two relatively quick wickets for the Rising Sun team, and Pollard has done exactly what his skipper would have brought him back into the attack at this moment, was to make a breakthrough, and we've gotten rid of the dangerous Malik Maslin, and his score 76. So 24 runs short of that venture. Yeah, I think you're right. Pollard is coming through a little zippy, and I think he's shocking the batsmen and them a bit with that extra pace.
I think what he has successfully done is to be bowling wicket to wicket. I can't remember seeing too many balls going outside the off stump or outside the leg stump. So he's pretty much bowling wicket to wicket, which is not ideal. But again, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Well, so a good little passage after the 10-over break there. A good little passage for the Rising Sun team. Well, this is still the 11th over. Wow, this is a long over.
Would this guy Pollard be a part of the academy or well, there's so many different titles in West Indies cricket. You don't know which is which. But he seems to be a product of either the
poor fielding again.
And that is a rookie mistake, because you are told to get your body behind the ball, especially on those grounds or these grounds that are not even. Nonetheless, I think that the policeman will take that any day.
11 overs in the bag. Winning the toss and deciding to bat. 107 for 4. So far, we would say the two bright stars on either side. It would have been Pollard on the Rising Sun. He has 3 wickets. And Marcelin, he cracked a sensational 76. Started a bit slow, but after he got his eye in, I guess, from the 4th over, he really blossomed and exploded with a barrage of boundaries and the sixes all over the park. And then eventually he said, I had enough. I got to go. Gave his wicket away. There's still Justin Robinson, and a boundary there. Darren Benter just leaning into that and hoiking that straight for a maximum. Hope no vehicle got damaged by that shot there. So
good, confident shot. You've got to forgive John. I mean, you know that John sports are glasses, so Kerry, that's above my pay grade. John often sees things like the prophets. You see them before they happen. So That's one of his gifts.
What was this conversation about, sir?
It was about you, and if you're spoken about in the third person, it means that we're not going to even acknowledge that you're here, John. But
Yeah, but you're having this conversation right in my presence. You're referring to me. Least you could do is.
I am being rude, deliberately rude, John. So we will not go any further. That one came off the pads, resulted in a leg bite.
So my fellow commentator is having some sidebar talk with with one of our producers here. I'm trying to itch into the conversation, but they're keeping me far away.
Well, we can invite the owner to put on his his headphones, and we can have a conversation in terms of the history of the Rising Sun Cricket Ground. But if you notice, John, on several occasions that he seems to be afraid of the microphone.
Yeah, he seems to only like the mic on Saturday mornings with Earl, the show that we do there every Saturday morning. I'm just trying to remember the correct name of it. But other than that, he shies away from the mic when we're doing commentary here. But it's been good to have him sometimes because, it's a man that is full of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge, and a lot of things sometimes we take for granted. These kind of people can always just open your mindset. So it's always good to hear from a voice.
Which reminds me, it was just last night, John, that we were on a platform originating out of Chicago, founded by a lovely lady from the village of Potters. I think it's the Elmira Joseph platform. And we had a wonderful interview with...
Just hold your last thought there. We have completed 12 overs. At the end of 12 overs, the score is now 116 for 4. All right, Clive, continue.
Yeah, we had a lovely interview with Dave Suppy Joseph.
Oh, nice.
And I did not know, well, before last night, that Suppy could actually talk as much as he talked. And his response was that he stays within his lane. And if it's not one that he has the expertise in, he would prefer to keep quiet.
I think how would you describe Suppy? I describe Suppy as one of Antigua's cricketers who wasn't given the full opportunity to really showcase his talent.
I think you're absolutely correct, because outside of Carl Hooper, he was probably one of the easiest, softest hands the West Indies cricket has ever seen. And it was quite unfortunate because he brought it to our attention that he was only given 4 test matches.
Yes.
Against the powerhouse Australia, and in certain respects he was pretty fortunate because he made his debut in the Caribbean, but he was unceremoniously dismissed after 4 test matches.
So a new bowler coming from the Botanical Garden end, that looks like Darren Benter. So we may have a brother to brother clash here.
Yeah.
Huh? Damari Benter is bowling, and Darren Benter is batting. So yes, that showcase is now live here on the Antigua Parish League Network as the Benters.
Well, Kerry has brought to my attention that when we used to play, he would have to be on the field for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of overs. But if my memory serves me right, he has only been on the field for 2 or 3 overs. But such is the case. He's in the attack, brother to brother. Another silly, stupid-looking shot. The scoop this time. And these inventions, they're so uncalled for, because if you're playing the game if you play the game long enough.
He's pulled him. And so the younger Benter has taken the upper hand here, completely deceiving Darren Benter. That looks like what? That's the middle stump, Clive? Or the off stump?
Yes. Yes, John.
The middle?
Yes.
The middle stump is a rock back.
Yeah, don't worry. You can always count on me.
It's a rock back there. So good breakthrough again here by the Rising Sun team.
Well, I mean, the previous shot showed the foolishness again that you're playing the ball straight and you're getting the necessary result by playing the ball straight. And here it is that you're trying to scoop the ball. And like I said, these people are impressed by TV. And I don't know how much result that Bender would have gotten playing that scoop shot, which for me is ill-advised unless you can see the ball either on the off stump or the leg stump. It's always going to be a dangerous proposition. But he goes.
I remember doing I can't remember if it was Hugh C and or some it was Gene Gould, but one of them said to me, look, if they had their way, these youngsters would not be able to watch the highlights of the game because they just see the highlights and they see the little, the flash of brilliance and they think it's just like that and they don't realize there's a lot of hard work, a lot of commitment it takes to reach to that level. And so one of them, I can't remember who had said it to me, but they said, hey, if they had their way, these youngsters would not see highlights because he thinks the highlights ruin them. But the new batsman is there as Benter comes in, and this one is probably a little inside. Who's this batsman? I'm trying to, number 22. Just trying to get the name of the new batsman there for you. I wonder if that's Jensen. That's Jensen, Richard. No. Driven back to the bowler and nicely picked up there. So a successful over there for Damari Benter, bowling his brother Darren Benter there. Middle stump, rock back. And so at the end of over number 13, the score is 117 for 5.
Well, the scoring has slowed to a snail's pace, John. After the fall of, I'd say, the fall of Maslin, who actually gave it away, and is now suffering the consequence. I told you before that I could not see where the police team had a very long batting lineup. But nonetheless, there's a new bowler in the attack. Kerry, the name of the bowler. Clever.
So the new bowler there coming from the Celeste Bird Medical Center and is Clever Martin. Hope we're pronouncing his name right. Clever Martin. A little unorthodox action though, but this one is tugged onto the onside. Does it have the leg to make the boundary? Yes, it does. So a wonderful shot there by Shadrach there, and just bisecting the man at the long on position and the mid wicket and getting 4 needed runs there.
Score moves on to 121 for 5. I think I'm finally in sync with the score, John. Should I receive a tick?
No, sir. You see, you have to take responsibility. You came late, so it takes you a little while to climatize yourself. And so you have to be responsible for your actions, sir. There's no tick for you.
That's fine.
Is that a chance?
No, John. I think
No?
I think that we need to get you binoculars because the ball did not even come close to reaching the fielder at the height that would
Necessitate a catch, huh?
right.
All righty. So it's Clever Martin, and that's a loud appeal, but umpire Calvin Thomas shaking his head immediately.
Ball down the leg side from my vantage point.
That delivery looked like it kept a bit low. It was making some room outside of the off by the leg side, but the ball looked like it kept a bit low, so no contact.
And to be honest, John, I thought that I would have been home for 5 o'clock. I thought I would have been home for 5 o'clock, but it's now 4 o'clock. That's going to make it to the boundary.
Another boundary, so a loose piece of ball in there by Clever Martin. A nice full toss there, and the Shadrach made it easy, deposited into the wide long on position. So a very busy day. This is about the third or fourth siren that has passed our way. So let's just hope that everybody is doing okay. And at the end of over number 14, 125 for 5. 125 for 5. So
this would be the 15th over, my dear. And this is when you would count on me to give you my prediction as to the final score, John.
Are you willing to step into that realm at this moment?
Yes, I think that 150, 160 is still on the cards.
All right, so we have our figure here, guys. What he has done this time now, he has given a range because he doesn't want to be bogged down to a specific.
I can give it to you, John. I mean, you make the call.
This one is hit in the air, but dropping well short of the man there on a mid-wicket boundary there. So there's a single for all of that effort. Shadrach on strike now. We're waiting for that figure. No, correct. We're not going to give you.
Oh, I'd say 100, and I'm gonna stay firmly at 160.
So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you write that down, because he has a way. If Clement was here, Clement will say, "Boy, he's going to change that figure when the time comes." No, so let's write it down and keep it in the archives, so we can.
I think that you have a problem, John. I have that kind of ability to predict scores, to be exact. So don't blame me. Blame it on God, who gave me that kind of talent.
So it's Damari Benter, and he's coming into the batsman there in Leonardo. Guys, I apologize. I can't pronounce the last name. Ducresi. So Leonardo Ducresi. But that's the end of over number 15. So 5 overs left. Police winning the toss, decided to bat after 15 overs. They are 127 for 5. And just to remind you quickly, you're watching live cricket here from the legendary Rising Sun ground, and you're watching the Sir Vivian Richards Thursday League competition. It's now a 20 over competition, and today's match features the police team and the Rising Sun team. And so a lovely day in Antigua right here. We're right in the heart of St. John's, I should say. Well, not in the heart, but on the outskirts. But we can overlook, we're seeing the Botanical Gardens car park there, and this one, the new bowler, well, not the new bowler, but the returning bowler in Clever Martin. Clever Martin.
I was told by the scorer, John, that Cedric Senior has predicted a win for the police team. I don't know which planet he's on, and I am going to take umbrage for you suggesting that we have a car park. I think that you should take that back gladly, John. We have a SOI.
Well, let me look beyond that. I'm seeing the steeples of the cathedral church.
That will be more exact. Yes.
And a little a roughage of the St. John's environment, seeing a couple buildings, looking out past a dead ball signal here. So the crazy is on strike here. Let's see.
She's not pleased that you're saying that his name is DeCracy. His name is DeCracy.
DeCracy, okay. And this one, he's going across the line and he's comprehensively bowled. And you see the enjoyment here in Cleaver Martin getting the breakthrough. And so another wicket goes. So definitely the police team has definitely lost their momentum, losing their sixth wicket here in over number.
Can I revise my prediction, John?
Clement, I don't know if you're listening, but you would call it all too well, my brother.
Anything to? I think that we can depend on some kind of heroics in the lower order. They've only lost 6 wickets, so I mean, which is always the case, that you have somebody in the all-round capacity that can come out and light things up. So I'm going to stay firm, John. Thanks for not trying to encourage me to change my prediction on the score, because we're now in the 16th over and 160 is still definitely on the cards.
Well, once you're there, that is definitely possible. And so just seeing a few comments coming in here. Big Shaq is saying MVO King all shaft. I'm not following that. Shaq again, Darren. Who's that? Johan. Oh, okay.
John, you're going to start appreciate the ability of the scorer to interpret.
Your colleague is here with you, Colin Francis. He says, good afternoon to John and Crive. Crive, stop changing your predictions.
I will not. I will not.
He didn't say that. I just put that in. Oh, yes. And thanks for that reminder. The name of the sports show on Saturday with Taddy Arundel and Earl is Sports with Mandela. So good to have you aboard, Colin. You should have been here today. Crive came late as usual. So I had to open the innings by myself. But it's Clever Martin trying to be clever here. And this one, the new batsman there is Deshaun Valmont.
It's not Jose, my dear.
Left-handed Valmont, number 5. Let me see if I can. Doesn't seem to be an appeal, and the umpire has given him. So, Zeus Deshaun Thomas Valmont, he has disappeared out of the wicket, and so the wickets continue to tumble. So is the aspiration of my commentator, Crive, for his prediction. But it looks like the end of the over, so 16 overs in the bag. And at the end of 16 overs, winning the toss and deciding to bat, the police team 129 for 7. 129 for 7.
And that's coming from 102 for 3. There's been a dramatic collapse, and I may have said that. I don't think that I'm going to get credit for suggesting that once Maslin was gone, that the tail was going to be very, very long, and we were witnessing John. But it's okay. You do not have to pat me on my shoulder. I know that I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie before, and I know exactly what is going to happen. So this is the last of the recognized batsmen. We still have Shedrack here. and he can bat. So all is not lost for the men of the Royal Antigua Police Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds to me like Cruyff is a drowning guy, and he's grabbing on some straws here. The bowler, yes, the bowler back is Benter. Now he's changed, and he's now it's a left-handed. That's a Cleve Cornelius. Cleve Cornelius is batting, better known for his antics with the ball, and so you're going to see quite a lot of energy and passion and emotion when Cleve gets his turn with the ball. But now he has to help his team with the bat, and so Benter with a different idea, trying to get that wicket, and Cleve is jumping back and beating outside of the off stump there.
Shadrach say the streaming is lovely and both commentators coming through lovely.
Thank you, Shadrach Jr. Senior. Junior O'Day, okay. The Cleve again just hanging his bat out there. So police has really lost their way after that blistering counter attack by Marcelin. And what is that? There is an appeal, and he's given out. So that is that caught behind? Nuts, boy. Okay, let me look at my replay and see if I can pick up anything here.
I think he was a judge, LBW.
So Cornelius going across the line and making no real contact there, not certainly made any contribution to the score.
No, he
No.
only
So
only faced 3 deliveries.
8 wickets down, and what else is going down?
This is a total collapse, and if I was a betting man, I would be very, very upset with the approach of the policeman, because the last thing that you want to do in a 20-over game, John, is to be totally destroyed before you face the 20 overs. That's a rule of thumb. So I'm very, very disappointed, because the package that they would have put together for the 3rd wicket, I mean, we would have thought that 200 was definitely on the cards.
So another successful over for Damari Benter. 17 overs now completed. At the end of 17 overs, the score is 130 for 8.
Let me do some quick calculation, John. In the next 3 overs, going at 10 and over.
One second. You're going to make more predictions?
No, I'm just giving you a scenario, John. That if there was a ball to go at 10, which is not out of the realm of possibility, if there was a ball to go at 10 runs and over, the score would eventually be 160. But hope springs eternal, and all it takes, John, is a few lofty hits, and we still can get to 160.
Well, I'm hearing this phrase, we can get to 160. So I don't know. It's probably showing some allegiance, some bias here.
Maybe the lady, maybe the scorer.
I didn't hear that from the scorer. I heard that out of...
It would not be the first time, John, that you would think that you would have heard this or that. So it happened.
I'm asking our listeners, please, you're listening. I understand our commentary is coming through very clear. Please, I need you to weigh in on this. What did this gentleman just said? But it's Clever Martin, and he tries to continue to work for his Rising Sun team. And here is Shadrach swatting that down the ground and getting a single. The new batsman there that came in didn't get his Barnard, LaShawn Barnard. LaShawn Barnard, I think he's more known for his bowling exploit as Cleve, but they will need him to at least hold the bat there. I guess he'll try and give Shadrach most of the strike going down.
I don't know what the thinking of Shadrach is, John. That you're the senior batsman, and you take the single on the first ball. Unless he has a lot of confidence that Barnard can score, I didn't see the sense in that. But I could be wrong. Maybe he has the confidence that Barnard can supply the policemen with some runs.
Well, let's see. Clever Martin. This one is short of side the off stump and is hit square of the wickets. This time he had no interest in moving, although it did go straight to the man there. I think we got to give some credit to Clever Martin, though. He's bowling a nice little length there. Shadrach is not able to get on those deliveries. He's not able to get... Wait, did that go to the boundary?
Yeah,
John, I tell you. Take a break and clean your glasses, John, because that was struck powerfully down to wide, long off for a boundary.
To the viewers, I must defend myself. We don't have any cameras in here, but you're not seeing. I want to try and give you a visual. I am blindsided to where that ball was hit, so I really could not see what was happening. I was just watching the middle, and then I saw the batsman going back, and that's only how I was able to determine that it went into the boundary.
Point taken, John. No harm done. That one played, and I don't know why Clever Martin is running back to his mark. I think that he thinks that there may be an element of surprise.
Another wicket goes. This one is just chipped into the man there at the wide, wide mid-wicket area there. Chip there, and so a simple catch, and so a little anticlimax there to Shadrach inning after just punching the ball there for a lovely 4, and then just tapping it to the man there. And so 9 wickets down, and the score is 136 for 9, and we've completed over number 18. So 2 more overs to go. 139, 21 runs needed.
No, John, it would be 24 out of 2. Break that down to 12 runs and over.
Well,
but it seems to me that the diminutive figure of a schoolboy who is going to replace Shadrach at the crease. So I think that it's hard to predict.
Huh?
In my defense.
Guys, didn't you just hear that this was a God-given talent?
Yes, but
okay.
I didn't say that cricket is a exact science, and
Hey guys, look, I turned on my phone a while ago when I came here, and the first thing that came on Facebook, I saw 2 new ambassadorial appointments, and surprises never stop. I saw, I think, one young lady, and I saw another young lady, and I was so surprised.
So there were 2 young ladies.
And now I'm seeing Cruyff telling me about God-given talent, and then now he's telling me it's not that easy, and the stories and the storylines that come. It's Darren Benter continues from the Botanical Gardens end. And this batsman here with a number 1 on his back. You told me, that's LaShawn? No, that's
Barnard.
That's Barnard.
So we said something there.
1 shot. So only 1 run. So they ran 2, but they will only get credited for 1 run, as the youngster there apparently dipped short of his crease on his turn. So LaShawn Barnard, I think he wouldn't mind that. He got back on the strike, which I think is the most important thing there for him. A little mix up in the middle, but the fieldsman himself did not really collect that cleanly.
I don't know why Barnard would be turning over the strike to the youngster, but again, like I said, I've seen this movie before, and you're not going to credit me, John, with knowing exactly how it was going to end, and in reference to the two ambassadorial appointments, I'm sure that you did not know that Antigua may have twice as many ambassadors as Barbados, and you know that Barbados has 3 times the
Population.
yes.
So new batsman there. I'm trying to. Don't have his name as yet. I wonder if it's Kishan Francis. And a half-hearted appeal, but umpire Scouten just goes to give the bowler his cap and signals the end of the over. So 19 overs completed here, ladies and gentlemen. 138 for 9. And I should remind you that the man with the God-given talent told us it was going to be 160. So he's here praying for 21 runs to be found to give him some credence.
I am not going to even answer that, Don, because like I said, cricket is a fluent game. I don't think that anybody, even with the God-given talent, is ever going to be able to predict the exact score. So even with that kind of talent.
Guys, you don't have the vision here, but the scorer is having a broad smile on her face listening to this. You know what we call that.
I mean, clearly from the start that I was never going to be a favorite of the scorer anyway. So looking across for a signal of approval from the scorer was looking at a dead end.
Clive. It's Clever Martin trying to finish this up, and Barnard is going for a big drive, but beaten all ends up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's finish up this innings because Clive is taking us on a journey that we can't find our way where he's taking us.
She has clearly said right from the start that she doesn't like me.
Clever Barnard again.
If you were going to look in her direction for some kind of approval, it didn't make any kind of sense.
My scorer, how many deliveries have been bowled so far?
I have
3. So 3 more legal deliveries in this innings. And this one again, Barnard is trying his best, but just not able to make any contact.
2 more balls left in the innings, John.
2 legal deliveries. Clever Martin has bowled a pretty decent spell, I must say, after his first over. And this one, the guy is lounging himself there, trying to make a stop, but poor fielding in the outfield there by young Mentor. And the 2 runs there, and so the innings has actually come to an end. So probably scorer, you're probably 1 behind there. So the innings has come to a sluggish end, and so after the completion of 20 overs, the score that we have 141 for 9. And so Crive, the Rising Sun team, they would need another 142 if they're to be victors in this game, and that's about 7 point.
And if you have to be fair, John, you fall short of 19 runs. That is not a complete disaster in terms of prediction. So if there was a margin of error in terms of the prediction of the score, you would note without your bias that there had to be a margin of error of at least 5%. Then you take into consideration that 5%, and 5% of 19 is, you would be left with about 14 runs. So having fallen short,
Crive,
not making excuses
Crive,
for
5% of 100 is 5. 5% of 60 is 3.
okay, and
3 plus 5 is 8.
Yes.
160 minus 8 is 152.
Right.
The score is 141. You are way outside of the range, sir.
Well, John.
So you have been labeled a failure in your prediction.
Well, if that is your closing argument, I will look to the scorer to give us to give us the summary of the police innings as she.
But quite if it was an innings, just going back to the game, it was an innings of two tails. Rising Sun started, they struggled. The first 3 overs, I think they had just about 12 or so runs for loss of 2 wickets. And then in the next 7 overs, they were able to amass just a little, maybe 90 runs or so, with losing 1 wicket. And then after that 10 over, it was just another 41 runs in the last 10, well, not 41, 30, 39 or so runs in the last 10 overs. So it really was a game of periods, and each team had their time at the top of each period.
And whereas it was predicted that they would not have been able to bat the 20 overs, they did manage to get to 141 for 9. So, I mean, it was a total collapse in the middle order, and I did say to you, John, you don't want to suggest that what I said about the collapse of the middle order held true. So, I'll allow you to give the summary of the police innings.
So, police, they won the toss and they decided to bat, and so they opened innings with Jerron Jones and Malik Maslin. And the two started, and then in the first over, the first wicket went down with 4 runs on the board. And so it was Jerron Jones who was caught there at a short mid-on position, and Pollard was able to get Jakeem Pollard. He got that breakthrough for 3. Then Shamar Pereira.
You want to do?
Lucas said,
Lucas said, what you want to see?
Shamar Pereira joined the innings, and he didn't last too long. He also went cheaply. He was caught again in the outfield trying to go for a big hit, and he just skied the ball, and he was caught there. And Pollard, or Gatorade anyway. He was caught there, and so Pollard making early inroads into the innings, and so police found themselves in a spotter bother, 2 wickets down with 12 runs on the board. And then we had Damon Valentine join in Malik Maslin, and those two put on quite a bit of a partnership, which was really punctuated by quite a lot of maximums and boundaries off of the bat of Malik Maslin, and so they ramped up the score to 73. Before that next wicket fell, Damon Valentine, he was bowled by Justin Robinson, and he made 12. He had 2 boundaries there. Then Duran Benter came in, and I think police felt at that time, with Duran Benter coming in, joining the well-established Malik Maslin, that this was a platform for them to launch from. However, Malik Maslin looked like he started to tire a bit. He made his 50 stroke. Just trying to see if I can count up the boundaries in his 50. He had 3 fours and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and about 5 sixes in his 50 there. He then went on to add another 24 runs to that 50. So he in total he made 74 before he was bowled. What was Malik? He was caught behind. Oh, we said LB. What we said was it? Malik Maslin. I think he was LBW bowled Pollard. Pollard came back after the break. Pollard came back, and then Pollard made that breakthrough. And from there, it was really a steady downhill. Benter didn't last too long, hit 1 maximum, and then he was bowled by his brother. There was a brother-to-brother clash in Damari Benter versus Duran Benter, and Damari was able to come on top, trumps there, and he bowled Benter. Vincent Shadrick Jr., the captain, he came in. He played a solid hand. He tried to take his team out of some bit of trouble. He hit a few boundaries, but didn't really get on top of the bowling per se. and then he was caught, bowled by Clever Martin for 21. Leonardo de Cressy, he made 1, bowled by Clever Martin. And Zeus Deshaun Valmont, he was LBW, bowled Clever Martin. And James Cornelius, he was LBW to Duran Benter. And the not out batsman there, Vincent Shadrach, he made 21, sorry. Leonard DiCrasio, he made 1. Valmont not. Cornelius didn't trouble the score. LaShawn Barnard, he was not out on 5. And Kishan Francis, he made 1. The bowling for the Rising Sun team, Jakeem Bollard, he had 3 overs, 3 wicket, 10 runs. Kerrick Mentor, 2 overs, 28 runs. Amal Nathaniel, 3 overs, 28 runs. Justin Robinson, he had 4 overs, 1 wicket for 42 runs, a bit expensive there. Damari Benter, excellent bowling, 4 overs, 2 wickets, 6 runs. And Clever Martin, he also bowled pretty tidy, 4 overs, 3 wickets, 19 runs. So, Crive, when we look, let's start with Malik Maslin. He really played an explosive innings there. Good afternoon, Diane, Lady D, Diane, Warren Anthony. Good to have you on board the Parish League Network. Yes, Crive, a pretty authoritative innings by Malik Maslin there.
Who in the end gave his wicket away. Injudicious shot, totally uncalled for, because he had his way with the bowling, and again it was just an ill-advised shot. And I did say that once he was removed, that you would have exposed the long tail of the lawmen, and so said, so done. So the collapse of the middle order did not surprise me, looking at the past experiences of seeing the policemen play. But to say, John, that the game is over, you have to admit that, hey, the 141 is on the books, and it is now left up to the men from Rising Sun to be able to overtake them. I would think that the approach has to be not one of caution, but to go after the bowling, especially in the power play, and establish your dominance. At least that's what good and teams that would have had a strategy. That should be the approach. The wicket is a good wicket for stroke play. So I would think that it should be relatively easy for the Rising Sun Spartans.
There we go again, guys. Another prediction. You heard it live on the Parish League Network.
John, again.
The scorer has nodded in approval of hearing it.
Well, I did not expect anything better.
Crive, let's just before the innings get started, Jakeem Pollard, heard he's from Barbados, bowled pretty decent at the top, 3 overs, 3 wickets, 10 runs. Really started strong, and then he came back in that 10th over and started the regression of the police team.
Well, you probably would want to credit the captaincy of the Rising Sun Spartans in that he brought Pollard back into the attack at the right time. So kudos to the captain. I don't know him, and he would have introduced or reintroduced Pollard back into the attack just at about the right time.
Clever Martin also had a good spell in the back end. He also wrapped up the innings quite cheaply, 4 overs, 3 wicket, 19 runs. And Damari Benter, he was pretty stifling with his bowling, 4 overs, 2 runs, 6 wickets. So a good all-round bowling performance by the Rising Sun team. And so we're just about getting ready to start the second innings. And just to remind our viewers, you're watching live commentary, live cricket here from the Rising Sun cricket field. And you're here on the Antigua Parish League Network, and you're in your presence. You have the legend, the senior commentator, he said to Axon, to refer to him as Crive.
What are you saying, John? Are you suggesting that I don't deserve that title?
Of course, sir, you deserve all the accolades that you get.
All right, thank you, thank you very much.
The opening batsman. Yep. Mentor. 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 Joel Andrew. Joel Andrew facing. Facing. Okay, Joel Andrew and Junior.
And who?
Junior Henry.
All right.
I think he's who's captain of the team for today.
Who's that?
Junior.
Junior? Okay. Well, quite I didn't even realize Joel Andrew was on the field of play today.
I must make it my business, John, to at least look at his face, because I this is the first time that I'm seeing him in action. Of course, he comes with a whole lot of, you know, the accolades that have been showered on him. I will make my own judgment, because this is the first time that I'm seeing him bat. Looks pretty solid in defense. Everything head straight. A picture perfect moment, John, in defense.
Yes.
And I will make my judgment after this ball.
Well, a very unique moment also in this game. Malik Maslin is opening the bowling, and he also opened the batting. So, really showing his
all-round talent,
his diversity in the game. As he comes from the Celeste Bird Medical Center, right arm over. And that's a wide delivery, and Joel Andrew, ill-advised, going after that wide delivery and wide signal by the umpire there, umpire Calvin Thomas. So 140 more runs needed, 140 more runs. We're not going to put our commentator, our senior commentator, on the spot yet. We're going to wait a little bit, let him absorb the game and the innings, and then he's going to give us his prediction in a bit. We're giving him 2 bites at the cherry. Failed miserably at the first one. Oh, beautiful Yorker there by Maslin there. Andrew almost playing over it, falling over there, but able to dig it out.
Well, John, if I had to make my calculation, there's 141 more runs needed and not 140.
Sorry, you're correct.
Oh, well, thank you.
Clive, now we're speaking about Joel Andrew. He was recently named in the West Indies 50-over team.
Yes.
For the Sri Lanka tour. I don't know. I'm questioning it. I would prefer to see him focus on the longer version of the game. I know T20 is the way. I know the shorter version is the game now, but I would prefer to see him at this stage being channeled through the longer version of the game for his development.
I had a conversation. If you have an interest in playing the game for a long time, Test cricket is definitely the way to go. Because if the fragility of T20 cricket is that you only need to fail one series for you to be totally discarded, because there's always someone knocking at the door in the T20 game. So my advice would have been for him to concentrate on the longer version of the game, but I'm hearing that outside the off stump, flashing again. Pretty good over so far by Maslin.
Well, very, very good. I don't think, beside that first delivery where Andrew was immaculate behind of it, he hasn't been able to put bat onto much, really. So Maslin will feel very trump, and I'm sure Maslin, I know he's a very high energy individual, and so he would really be up to the challenge. Another siren again. Wow, this is quite a day, quite an afternoon. That's these vehicles have been really going back and forth. Again, we just put our blessings and prayers with everyone that everything would be okay.
Slight adjustment in the field. The man who was at that squarish cover. Now moves to slightly backward of point position.
Is it going to be a short delivery? As I can't understand why you.
Excellent line, good carry. The pitch has lived up to its billing.
So a good first over, Marcelin on target there, and so after over number 1, the score is 1 without loss.
Yes, John. My comments about the wicket is holding true because there is good carry. It's a pretty decent batting pitch. Even bounce. I have not seen any one of the balls misbehaving, which means that the preparation of the pitch has been spot on so far, and I can't see that in the next 19 overs that there will be any serious deterioration of the pitch.
Yeah, from up, as I said earlier, I think before you came from up here, the pitch looks pretty flat, so it looks like a nice batting track. And we saw Marcelin showing much of that with his stroke play, playing through the line quite a bit. So another change in the field. Police realizing that the target is small, so they have to be very precise in their field placement. So the batsman there is Junior Henry in a bright orange pad there. And this one he's
Definitely not the line you want the ball with the packed offside field.
That's definitely. Yeah, I think the bowler can consider himself very fortunate for only getting 2 runs there. That probably should have made a little better work with that. But 2 runs nonetheless, so Henry gets off of the mark. So we just look on the Queen Elizabeth Highway. Traffic is flowing in a steady motion, just about persons getting off of work, and so traffic will be building up, but it's Shadrach trying to do something for his team, and Junior Henry looking a bit late on that shot to me.
I think that he may have misjudged the pace of that particular delivery, and then ended up banging it into the grounds, and the ball made its way to the wicket keeper. Still a lovely day for cricket. Rather cool, I may say.
Well, I guess it's a good condition for the fielding team. It's not too warm. Keep them cool, so they'll be able to conserve a little energy. Junior Henry just seems to be playing a I don't know if he's been targeted to play a pinch hit role. He's been having a swat at almost everything.
Seems to be a little out of sorts. You would know, John, that the owner of the parish league has about 6 phones. The last time I counted, and very often he doesn't even know which one is ringing.
So he has to be playing Ini Mini Mini Mo.
Yes.
Should I answer?
And it's a disaster when all of the cell phones have the same ringtone.
The same ringtones. Well, Cruyff, you'll have to give him some guidance. Look, he has a little pouch there with them now. Well, Cruyff, you're really right now.
Like I said, he has six cell phones, and he cannot give me a good explanation as to why he has to carry around 6 cell phones. That one played slightly backward of square for 4.
Finally making some connection there, and 4 runs there. From his approach, I gather he's been asked to just go there and try and push the innings along.
Poorly directed short delivery, and like I said, with a packed offside field, you must be able to maintain an off-stump line. You can't even go in T20 cricket You can't even bowl wicket to wicket because for the most part you're going to be slaughtered.
But strange enough, but we saw a little different. We saw Pollard. He bowled quite a lot, just about wicket to wicket, just a little outside the off stump. So I guess sometimes it depends on the quality of the batsman that maybe that you're bowling to. They can make a difference.
That is often, that is often a consideration.
So is there any adjustment being made? There's a lot of hands waving. Okay, so the man is coming off from the cover boundary. So they bring in. So I guess they push somebody back on the leg side.
The deep backward square.
The backward square. Okay. I would have think you'd have now been trying to bowl a little bit fuller and not compensating for that. But anyway, let's see what happens here. Shot again, and Junior Henry says you could put him back, doesn't matter, I'm going to go over his head, and that's a maximum, first maximum of the innings. And so 6 beautiful runs. The man was stationed back, and the man just had to go and retrieve it. So after the end of the second over, in pursuit of 142 for victory, it's 14 without loss.
Yeah, again, poorly directed delivery and got the treatment that it deserved. You cannot have a pack offside field and be bowling on the leg stump. That's a recipe for disaster. And like I said, that was given the treatment that it deserved.
Well, it seemed like he put the man back and he did bowl it short, so that seemed to have been the game plan. He wanted to put it short, but no, there's a dialogue between, who is that? The two batsmen and two. They're waiting on the ball to be retrieved.
John, a rule of thumb will tell you that you don't set fields for bat bowling. So like I said, you will see a different approach by masking or by Maslin.
Yeah, so Maslin had a very good over. I think it was only 1 run came from the first over,
Yes.
and it was a wide. So let's see. Andrew is back into strike, and strange enough, Cruyff, I was saying, if I was batting with Joel, I'll be just turning the strike over to him and tell him take it on. But Junior Henry seems to be the one.
I don't know, John, that I'm going to agree with you. Has Joel Andrew established himself as the gunner?
Well, I think he has the title for the gunner of Antigua batsmen. I think Hayden Walsh.
No ball signal by the
No ball signal by umpire Calvin Thomas. So
free hit.
Marcelin seemed to have overstepped there. I think from watching him, that has always been a challenge with his bowling. He generally bowls a few no balls here and there. So umpire Thomas keeping a close eye on that front foot. Another wide delivery, and Andrew throwing everything at it, but that was wide outside of his reach. And umpire signaling wide, so the free hit is still in effect.
Maslin is not impressed. Just by the action of the batsman, I mean, you would clearly suggest that was a wide delivery. But I don't know that was an advised approach by Joel Andrew.
Not getting much bat onto that. Just turning it there onto the onside. Backward of square there. Getting a couple. So Joel Andrew finally getting off the mark with his first 2 runs there.
What I would want to see in Joel Andrew is the discipline and the respect for the game. And if you have those two attributes, you're going to treat every opponent as a worthy opponent. Now again, it's ugly. It makes absolutely no sense. Too early in your innings, and I'm not impressed. And even if he got the desired result, because we seem to want to replace the result with the foolishness employed by these young people. Makes absolutely no sense. You've scored only 2 runs. Was there a need for that kind of approach?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the innings has just started. Why would you even? I mean, I was a bit harsh on Marcelin. He was batting for well over nine overs. He would have seen the ball as big as a breadfruit. Joel Andrew has just come to the crease. I don't think Joel Andrew should be playing that sort of stroke at this stage of his innings. At no stage of his innings really, but more so at this stage of his innings. But he's out there facing the heat, so he would probably know how best to react. This one is down the leg side, and so a wide signal by umpire Thomas.
I would be easily impressed with an approach where I see the intention of being disciplined, the intention to be respectful of the game, and by extension your opponent. So I haven't seen those 2 qualities, which happens to be 2 very, very important qualities, but I will see. Good in defense, so let us see.
Well, we have to give Marcelin some credit, though. Beside the no ball and a couple of wides, he has been pretty on target.
Yes.
Pretty on target and not giving any room, no freebies to Andrew. And so a very good start by Marcelin thus far.
Seems to be a pretty good cricketer. I don't know that much about him. Which village is he from?
I am not certain. I another wide again, so probably just trying a little bit too hard here is Marcelin, and just pulling his hand down, and that one going down the leg side. I know he used to play for All Saints. I'm not certain if he's from that community, but I think he's from that area. But maybe one of our viewers that may have the information can share with us. But a very good cricketer. I think his challenge is temperament, as with most of our youngsters, is a temperament. But I think he has a bit of a skill set. If it was nurtured and honed properly, he could make a mark for himself on a field of play. Because as you could see, he opened the batting, and he's also opening the bowling.
Has he played? Has he represented the island?
I don't think so, no. I think I said he has had a few temperamental issues on the field of play that has sort of set him back to some extent. But he plays with passion, he plays very hard, and as I said, probably with a little guidance, you could get a little more out of him.
Short delivery being played up to long on. Don't think that Joel Andrew got enough bat onto that to create any excitement for the policemen. An adjustment made on the field. The man at deep backward square has been brought to a solitary deep square leg.
And Henry again seems to be loving those short deliveries, latching onto that and pouncing that way in front of square, well, mid-wicket area, and one bounce into the boundary. So Junior Henry really enjoying these short deliveries. And so at the end of over number 2, the score moves up to 25 for without loss.
pitch is too good to be bowling short and not having the pace to deceive the batsman, and I think that Maslin would be advised to bowl a fuller length that at least would require the batsman to think about it. But lovely shot.
One of our sorry, go ahead.
Pull down to the mid-wicket area.
One of our viewers saying, Cruyff will always be Cruyff. Somebody says here, I'm sorry that Comrade Clement is not there to banter with Cruyff. Cruyff is not doing too well today, so I don't think he could handle Comrade Clement. So let's spare him today. And good afternoon, Lady D. Good to have you on board our commentary.
I don't know. I will forgive that viewer because I don't know what it means that Cruyff is always going to be Cruyff. Now, if you want to say that Cruyff is almost right all the time, that would have been a more appropriate comment. But to suggest that Cruyff is always going to be Cruyff, I don't know what that means. So you can ask the viewer to expand on that because I don't know what that means.
Well, our viewer, I'm sure you're hearing the commentary well. We've been told that the commentary is pretty good. So thanks to all those who are joining us. Really appreciate your presence. And you could share your comment. You heard what he said, so hey, expound on it. But anyway, we have a new bowler coming from the Botanical Garden end. That looks like Damien Valentine. Left arm. Looks like he's coming around the wicket, and he'll be bowling to Joel Andrew, and he just punches that over the mid-off region and one bounce into the boundary.
A gift that was accepted, too short, too slow, and even though that did not come out of the meat of the bat, it had the legs to get to the wide long off boundary.
So there's a slip, a man at a this one is cut behind square and another boundary, so too easy for Joel Andrew, and Valentine will need to be a little bit tighter, a little bit closer, and so 2 boundaries to start this over.
That was a good shot. I mean, he had balance. He was on the front foot, and the typical cut shot got him the result that he richly deserved.
Just turning that behind square, getting an easy single. So turns it over to Junior Henry. So let's see how Junior Henry will now handle the spin bowling. It was pretty authoritative against the fast bowlers. Oh my, this is juice. And this is a lolly of a full toss, and in the mood that Junior Henry is in, you cannot bowl that, and so that is 6 maximum over the mid-wicket region.
Well, the lawmen seem to be a little too loose with a paltry score of 141. You must be able to stick to your discipline, and the gifts that have been given and gladly accepted by the Rising Sun Spartans. I don't see that this game is going. Can I make another prediction?
Sir, I want you to think carefully. Carefully. You know, come back and say I didn't say and I say it. Mark, everything is being recorded, and this one again is going. Is it a chance for a catch? No, the fieldsman can only look up and see it sail over his head. So Junior Henry is in a no-nonsense mood today, cashing in on everything here. Another maximum, and so the score rushes up to 46. 46 without loss, and we're in over number 4. So this is a lot.
Well, again, too loose when you don't have a big score on the board. You cannot afford to be bowling as loosely as the lawmen I think that the approach, I don't know that there was a plan because are we still in the power play, Madam
Yes.
Scorer? Yes. Too loose for my liking.
So Valentine trying to make a comeback here. Short again, and Junior Henry needs no invitation. And another maximum. So a hat trick of sixes here. And now the umpire signals that. And so 18 runs from the last 3 deliveries. Wow. So the score rushes up to 47. No? I'm told no. Let me get that.
John, you can't jump out there like that.
52. Oh, 46. Okay. So the 50 is up, and it comes up in the power play. So, wow. Cruyff.
So you see the difference between you and I is that when you make these blatant mistakes, I don't glorify that because that is not me. So I'm going to let it pass because you had no reason to jump out there to give a score that was literally impossible. Literally impossible. But I'm going to let it slide because, like I said, if I had to consider my error, my only error in terms of predicting scores on this network, my only error, because you have to agree that I was generally spot on.
Clement, I hope you are listening. Mr. Attorney General, take notes. You will be back.
Well. If he chooses to lie the next time he's here, I don't think that lying is a crime. So, I mean, I'm going to leave it up to him.
Well, a new bowler is going to be coming in from the Celeste Bird Medical Center end, and that's going to be Cleve Cornelius, another passionate cricketer who plays with high emotion, thinks that every delivery he can get to wicket, and so a lot is going to rest on his shoulder if the policemen are going to make a game out of it.
Huh?
Clive loves seeds. Cleve Cornelius.
I don't know that.
He likes his bowling.
I think that I'm going to take vacation. I'm going to take a vacation from this network because I don't like the idea, Mark Charles, that my junior commentator is almost always wrong. I take no pride in that. Maybe I should wait until Clement comes back. You think that's a good idea?
Powerful commentator. I mean, both of you.
Joel on the strike, right?
Yeah.
It's a good strike when both of you are there.
Oh, okay, it's a good balance, Mark.
Yeah,
you
man,
say?
very good balance.
Okay.
Yes. When
Thank you.
Clement is here, you're here. It's a very good balance.
Thank you very much.
We get a lot of listeners and a lot of views and a lot of comments.
Okay, and
The ratings skyrocket.
Goes up, yes. Ratings goes up.
and you like the idea when there's 2 against 1.
Well, of course.
Well,
because
John,
you'll always battle yourself out.
Okay. So you're saying that I'm capable, Mark, of handling both?
Yes, you are
Okay.
capable of handling both.
I have to agree with you.
But I love when Clement is around. I mean, I love the challenge and the back.
This one is powerfully struck down the ground, and another maximum. So Andrew now joining into the party. So this is looking very ominous for the police team, and Cornelius with hands akimbo wondering, what can I do?
I don't know, Johnny, if you would have noticed that the scorer has her hand on her head. And you know that she has...
The police and her.
Well, okay. That is fair to say. That she has a horse in the race and the horse is ending up struggling at the moment. No wicket down for what is the score? 64? 64, that's a big total. So John, by your calculation, they need 80 runs from 14 over.
78.
78 balls.
78 runs. But it's looking real ominous for the police team.
If the score is 64, if
The 64?
that's the score.
Oh, so it's 8. Oh, 64. I thought it said
So
68.
it's not even quite. It's It's not even quite 80.
Scorer,
Maybe
can you give me the scorer? I don't want to hear from Cruyff. You give me the scorer. 64 without loss. Okay. So we need another 70.
78. You need your calculator, John?
64, mentor. So the ball has been retrieved, or have they changed the ball? Ball has been retrieved, so
Exactly 78 runs needed from 15 over. Huh?
Joel Andrew going down, and 4 more runs. Another piece of sloppy feeling by the police team. So the wheels are coming off slowly for the police team. And another boundary. So the Rising Sun team really making this look easy. The pair of Junior Henry and Joel Andrew.
But if you can remember, John, I said that the approach should be get the runs quickly, especially in the power play. Get the runs quickly and not put unnecessary pressure on yourself. So it's all right, John. You don't have to pat me on my shoulder. I don't need any patting today. Driven powerfully back to Cornelius, and Cornelius has seldom been the recipient of that kind of treatment, but this is the 20 over game, and less respect is paid to names, and in this instance I think that Joel Andrew has really served up some punishment for Cornelius.
So we've just completed over number 5, and the score is 69 without loss. So quite a bit of a bother. Cruyff, I'm going to give you an opportunity now to use that God-given talent. 5 overs.
To predict that the game
69.
will be over in 10, I would say the game is going to be over in...
Listen carefully, guys. Nobody talk. Let's listen.
the game is going to be over in the 11th or 12th over.
Okay, so again, he has gone with a spread. That God-given talent is very shaky. He's afraid to come on the spot, so he's given us a spread. So the 11th to the 12th over, we're going to leave it right there. New bowler, that looks like Deron Benter coming over the wicket. And oh boy, that is food on a platter. And Joel Andrew that was a long hop, and Joel Andrew just made light work of that. 6 runs over the square leg boundary.
Good shot. He was in position pretty quickly, anticipating that delivery would have been short. And again, even with the slight reinforcement on the leg side, I think that was a very, very poor delivery. And I don't know that you can count on the experience, because a warm-up delivery should have been bowled long before the real thing started, John. So.
Yeah, but it all speaks to the commitment, the dedication to the game. You're just not seeing that appetite to want to perform at the highest level. It's just like, okay, I'm going through the motion. And it's just sad because, hey, this game is being streamed all over the world. Somebody's watching you. You're being seen. And, they would want to show that professionalism in their game, especially having played at the highest level.
Solidly in defense. No run. Ball played back to the bowler.
Was that a chance? Here, catch him, and see the bowler put his hands up. See the keeper has his head down. That could have been a chance. That's normally the action you see when a keeper drops a catch. Puts his hand up.
What? My phone? What? one of the six phones that he had.
And this one is hit high and hard, straight down the ground, and another maximum. So Andrew is dealing in sixes, and Benta is gesticulating and not certain what he is communicating to the keeper. Not saying if you didn't drop that catch, that won't happen. But if you play this game long enough, you know drop catches, missed opportunities are part. You just got to come back stronger, more determined.
I don't think that the demonstrative attitude by Benta speaks well to his discipline either. Because I would think that as long as you've played this game that you would have dropped quite a few catches. So it evens out, John, in the end. I think that I want to see how he comes back from the punishment that was meted out to him.
This is a long handle chance for a catch. No, what? That was a chance for a catch. That ball looks like it dropped right on his shoestring there, and it ran into the boundary. And look at the, that is unbelievable. 4 runs, yeah.
I don't think that there's any need for that, unless he had that ball that was hit in the air by Joel Andrew, unless he would have judged that perfectly. It was not an easy catch. And as a result, with the bad bounce that he got, the ball ended up into the boundary again.
Yeah, I understand the frustration of the bowler. We have to be pummeled all over the park. I mean, when that opportunity comes, whatever it takes, you want it to be taken. And I understand the frustration, but I think he has to be a bit more mature in his. No. The over is just starting now.
It was not an easy catch, John.
No, it wasn't easy. It was not an easy catch. It was not an easy catch.
Unless you would have judged that perfectly, it was always going to be a difficult catch.
So Cornelius continues again, and here is Junior Henry, and this one goes down the throat of the fieldsman there, and so the first wicket goes. Junior Henry getting caught right on the long on boundary there, and so that explosive partnership finally comes to a close.
It was a pretty good catch because it was hit firmly, but straight. He didn't have to move, so good catch in the end. And the exploits of Junior Henry has come to an end, and he's being replaced by Trish Phillip.
First wicket goes down at 85. So how much you made? 34 runs for Junior Henry. So in the context of a T20 game, Clive, I would say that Junior Henry would have done exactly what his captain would have asked him as an opening batsman.
Yes, 80 runs in the opening partnership is always useful because you would have laid the platform. So I don't think that he has anything to be ashamed about. He did complete the mission, and it has paved the way for a relatively easy victory, because unless you can forecast that there's going to be this drastic collapse.
Only you have that God-given talent.
Right. I mean, 70-odd runs we only have 7 overs gone.
Needs 67 more runs. No, not 67, 57. Only 57 more runs needed. Triff is going. He does have the leg, and easy as that. Trish has joined the party of clubbering sixes. Another 6 over the mid-wicket boundary. So Trish Phillip, another veteran of Antigua cricket, has been around some time, known for his...
He's been around since Christ was a corporal. And I've never seen, the few times that I've seen Cornelius in operation, he seems to be out of sorts. He's usually a whole lot fuller. not as short as he has been, and he is receiving the punishment that he deserves.
Yeah, you don't normally see Cornelius on the receiving end like he has been today. He normally is very tight, wicket to wicket, but today he's meeting a different kettle of fish. Not probably, as Cripe says, maybe not getting his line and his length to the tee. But there's still a slip in place, so police is trying to see if they could get that breakthrough. They know they need wickets if they're gonna stand a chance in this game. Can't be containment, and that's an edge, or what was that? A pad and an appeal there by Cornelius. He's disgusted by not receiving that decision there. He's still animated. Yes, he's very much animated there, but the umpire says not out, and so over number 8 is in the bag, and at the end of 91. No, that would be over number 7. Yeah, over number 7. 91 and 91 for 1.
You must be getting tired of jumping out there, John. I could easily have assisted you by telling you that that was the 7th over. But as per usual, you had to put your head.
These Monday morning quarterbacks.
I mean, you're drawing a smile from Mark, and that is not the usual Mark. Always very solitary.
I like to comment the Monday morning quarterback.
See, I just can't win. I think that the viewers have grown accustomed to me being a loner, and I'm always going to be able to take on the world.
Well, it's Benter. He's going to come back again, and now he has decided to shred that hat. So he decided to shred the hat and the glasses, and this is Andrew down the leg side, and a wide signal by umpire Dirk Scouten. So they can't afford to give these extras, already way behind the benchmark.
Huh?
We want to say good afternoon to Jermaine Williams. He's watching.
Me? Okay.
All right, guys. We just to inform our going for a quick single here. A little hesitation, but you know Andrew is pretty quick within the wicket. Yeah, we're gonna ask our listeners. We're trying a little new initiative on the Parish League Network, and we're gonna ask you to try to call in and to have a dialogue with us. 771-6436. Our technician Mark Charles is, we try to raise the barrier every moment, every time, and so a new initiative we're trying, and so the number we're asking you to try to reach us at is 771-6436. So you can join us live here on the Parish League Network and tell Cripe what you think about his predictions. So we have Jermaine Williams joining us. Jermaine, good to have you on board. Watching the Antigua Parish League Network. And we're here live at the Rising Sun cricket field. My fellow commentator Cripe probably making a few ducks here before. So very familiar with this ground.
Well, and maybe you should learn quickly, John, that I've scored at least 4 centuries here. So in my short stint, I'm very, very proud of my record. I don't go out there and toot my horn, but just like you heard Mark say, and Mark would be the authority, that I was one of the most feared batsmen in Antigua and Barbuda when I played. You didn't want to get on the wrong side or the wrong end of Cripe Emmanuel.
At the end of over number 8 in the bag, pursuing 142 for victory in this game, the Rising Sun team, they are 94 for 1. Cripe, I think I asked you.
We do have our first caller.
We have someone reaching into us. Good afternoon, caller.
I get John. Where you want to take John? You want to take anything?
Hello, good afternoon.
commentator. Captain, captain. Right, so captain wants to come to you. John, commentator.
Who we have there? Kerry Mentor? Kerry, how are you today?
I'm alright.
Yeah, just a quick question for you. Didn't see you on the field of play. Are you injured or just taking a break, giving others a chance?
Yeah, injured, sir.
You're injured. Okay. So how are you analyzing this game thus far? And that's another big one. And is it a chance for a catch? It is a catch. So Trish holding out to the long on boundary there, and so Cornelius making a breakthrough there. Yes, Kerry Mentor, your team's performance in the first half of the game, restricting the police team to 141. What was your take on that?
Yeah, that was good. That was a good comeback. They had a flyer. One guy scored, I think, 6 or something. So to pull them back to 140, that was a pretty good comeback for the team. So 140 on this ground, to be honest with you. The pitch is good, the wicket is good. We have quality batsmen. We have a stadium bat. We call it the pickup ground, so it's not a big ground, and that runs is like 8 runs for 20 overs. So to be honest with you, they shot 40 runs here. They shot the 40 runs with the start that they had.
But my fellow commentator echoed that same thought. Crive?
Well, I hate to surprise you, Mentor, that my prediction that you were going to get to that total in about 10 overs, but I left room for error and decided, look, it is okay if my prediction is between 10 and 11, so it should be relatively easy going, and especially with Joel Andrew, and this is the first time that I'm seeing him play. And I would have said to my junior commentator that that I would want to see the discipline and the commitment and the lack of ego and the disrespect for the team that you're playing against. So I think that you're going to win this game comfortably, and I would imagine that you will be around for the next game.
Yes, of course, yes. That's correct.
Kerry, just quickly, I saw a little photo with you and your son receiving, I guess, a little accolade, a little recognition for your father and your presence on the field. How is it? What's the feeling like? Being on the same field with your younger son playing cricket. What is that emotion like?
Real good. And sometimes you want to be a mentor. They begin at home. Charity begins at home. So you want to be a mentor for us. So it was a good feeling, actually guiding him, coaching him. And he felt good, I felt good, and it was a good feeling to be playing with him, something that he loved and wanted to do, probably want to follow that footstep in that space, want to be a cricketer. Yeah.
It must be difficult to be the mentor with your last name being Mentor.
Nah.
Well, thanks for taking the time. I think that you are going to be historically noted that you were the first caller to call in on the new streaming device that General Mark Charles has implemented, where you can now call into the commentators to give your views on the game. So you've made history again. You're not only the father and son kind of something. You are now the first caller on the Parish League Network.
Thanks a lot.
All right. All the best, Kerry. To you
Okay,
and, of
take care.
course, to your son going
You guys
forward.
keep doing a good job.
All right. Thank you, man. So it's going to be Benta as he continues from the Botanical Garden ends, and Andrew just turning that on the onside, getting a quick single. Let's just get a quick scoring update as we were just speaking with Kerry there.
And you would have noticed
99.
You know that I'm always going to be criticized with noticing everything. He was actually using General Mandela's phone to call the network. So again, Mandela has to be part of that history.
Mandela has to get a little credit for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, that number if you want to join us live on air, just to have a brief discussion or raise any comments, 771-6436. And that one is helped on the onside, a chance for a catch. Did he make it? Yes, he's claiming it, and so a lovely catch. So that looks like Amal Nathaniel. Oh, who?
The batsman is either Nathaniel or Pollard.
Yes, he's a man.
Namal Nathaniel, yeah, that's Namal Nathaniel. He clipping that off of his hip there, but didn't get much power onto it, and the fieldsman running in, diving, scooping it up off the ground before it hit the ground, and so a good catch there, 5.
First class catch, too casual for me. Nathaniel was too casual in his approach, and that brings Mr. Pollard to the crease. It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like Pollard walking out
I
there.
think we'll wait for confirmation from our lovely scorer. I don't think that she appreciates being called lovely.
Scores 100. Did they make the 100? Still on 99. 99 for 2. 99 for 3. Pardon. Oh my, don't give Cruyff no more feathers in his cap, Jack. 99 for 3. And how many overs are we in?
This is a 10.
10th over. So our prediction was this game would finish between the 11th and the 12th. The record is there.
Well, I can't, you see,
Jakeem Pollard.
in as much as you would want to blame me again for the
Point of correction, sir. I'm only stating the facts. No blame. The facts.
well, at least would you not appreciate that there's been a drastic slowdown in and these predictions are made. Before I forget to inform you, these predictions are made based on the state of the game when the prediction is made. Now, if you have to be fair,
Somebody wake me up. Somebody wake me up when the story is finished.
when Junior and Andrew was going great guns, you probably was shaking in your pants thinking that the game would have been finished in 9. So at the time I made my prediction, it was based on the mood of the two batsmen at the crease. So you can't blame me for the drastic slowdown of the batsmen in their pursuit. You have to be fair. And if you're going to be fair, you're going to have to say, boy, Cruyff, you were definitely
He's bowled him. Bowled him. That one looks like it came back in and probably on the edge and going into the stump. And so the prize wicket of Joel Andrew has gone, and we needed something to take us away from that storytelling, and what a moment to take us away from that story event. So Joel Andrew
I think that the Joel Andrews
47, so made 47 there.
to Joel Andrews' credit, that kept a little low. He was on the back foot and was caught in no man's land, and he had actually ended up playing the ball onto his stump. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about the way that he got out, because it was not due to indiscipline. We would like to get an opportunity to have a few words with Joel Andrew, if we can.
So the new batsman going to the crease is Damari Benter. So looks like we're going to have a battle of the Benters continuing, but not right away, as the over came to an end. And so at the end of over number 10, so we're halfway there, and the score is 100 for 4.
And I think that the senior Benter would want to repay the junior Benter for what he did to him in the.
Well, the score is getting quite buoyant now.
Very, very animated. I didn't even know that she had it in her.
I tell you, she got very buoyant with that one. But Cruyff, if you check the scores, they're pretty. And that's a loud appeal, and the umpire looking to the west, not interested. Cruyff at the end of 10, I think Police was 102 for 3.
Okay.
And at the end of 10, Rising Sun, they're 100 for 4. So
Not far off the
not
mark.
far off the mark. So again, the game is now coming down to this last 10 over patch here. Cornelius trying to raise his team up, and this is a big one. This is cleared the road, the Queen Elizabeth Road, and gone all the way over. And so a big 6 there by Pollard, pushing back the pressure on the police team there.
It looks as if Pollard can be referred to as a genuine all-rounder. He bowled pretty fiery in the police innings, and he's probably trying to help my prediction to be true by playing across the line and getting that one right out of the meat of the bat, and he got the results that he was hoping for.
So it's Cornelius around the wicket to Pollard, and Pollard is driving that one crisply down the ground. And, good feeling. I lost it there a while ago. Almost made it to the boundary there. Fieldsman had to put in a dive at the latter end.
Actually, effected a pretty decent stop.
So let's get the batsman at the crease now. So that's the Damari Benter on strike.
Yes.
So Damari Benter facing Cornelius. Cornelius would be trying to not even let us see this Benter clash, but Benter getting off the mark with an easy single there. Pollard back on strike. Another big whiff there by Pollard, but not making any connection.
Playing across the line, the ball was outside the off stump, trying to hit it in the vicinity of the mid-wicket boundary. Beating all hands up.
So he stopped there by the man there at the mid-on position there. So over number 11 is in the bag in a pursuit of 142 for victory. They are 108. So that's what, 34 runs?
Yes.
I'm begging?
Yes.
34 runs, and definitely the Rising Sun team, they would need to take some wickets. Ladies and gentlemen, remember you can come on board live with us here on our commentary team by dialing 771-6436, and you could speak to our senior commentator, the effervescent.
I do appreciate that, and any referral of a senior commentator is most definitely your heart is in the right place, John.
Clement, when you get an opportunity, you could reach us 771-6436.
I don't think he would dare.
It's Benter trying to see if he can take some more wickets, and this one he's into the Benter clashes back live. This time now it's reverse.
Yeah.
So it's Damari Benter batting, and he's facing Darren Benter, and again just coming forward. Damari would have had a good little innings on Saturday, I think it was, in the finals of the 40 overs for the Antigua Cricket Association. I think he scored about 70-something runs. So he would be in some good form from that innings.
And I must commend the dominance of the recent dominance of the New Winthrops team, because they seem to be taking over, or they are threatening to take over that dominance of the Liberta Blackhawks. They've had the better of the Blackhawks in both competitions of the ACA, and I don't know that even with the feats that have been achieved by the New Winthrops, what are they called, John?
New Winthrop Lions, I think. Is it New
Yes,
Winthrop Lions?
Correct.
Winthrop Lions.
Nicely played up to mid-off by
Pollard.
Pollard.
Pollard looks so good when he plays with a straight bat. You know, he looks quite
Yes.
accomplished when he plays with that straight bat.
Yes.
A little field adjustment, just sending the man a little straighter in the long on position.
I don't think that I don't think that the producer slash technician has been able to get Joel Andrew into the studio. Oh, okay.
So another over into the bag and another nail into the prediction coffin. At the end of 11 overs, the score is 1-1-2. So my senior commentator is here, hands akimbo, praying for a 30-run over.
I would caution you, John, because we have viewers. This is not only an audio version of the commentary. There are people out there actually seeing pictures, and I never folded my arms. So you cannot lie blatantly on the network, because what that does is that people are going to lose confidence in the network. And I know that Mark is shaking his head, so be very, very careful, John. Why would you want to? And I've let you off the hook at least 6 times. Wrong scores, etc. And you want to come and highlight, because I said that the game would have been finished based on at the time when they were going guns blazing. That was don't give up your day job, man. Don't give up your day job.
Guys, you're watching some beautiful cricket here at the Rising Sun cricket field here. And we are watching the Sir Vivian Richards Thursday League, now converted into a 20-over format. And today's game, we're here at the Rising Sun ground, and we are watching another beautiful hit out of the park here by Jakeem Pollard there. And so 6 lovely runs there to the scorecard, and I know my commentator is looking for 5 more of that in this over. But we're joined in the studio by our rising star, rising protege, Mr. Joel Andrew. Joel, good afternoon. Welcome to the Antigua Parish League Network.
Good afternoon to you and everyone that's listening.
Greif?
That was effortlessly played by, and he's going for another big hit coming off the outer edge, and that finds its way down.
No, it was a bye. It signaled bye.
Oh, okay. All right, John, I stand to be corrected. 4 byes accumulated by the Rising Sun Spartans, and they are getting close, and I think that you may be a little nervous. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew. I have heard lots of good things about you. This is the first time that I'm laying eyes on you. And I must say to you that when you went to the wicket, went to the crease, what I was looking for was to see whether or not you were 4 more byes. In the meantime, I was looking to see whether or not you had the discipline and the commitment to staying at the crease and playing each ball on its merit. I am still not convinced, because I'm not easily impressed. I think that you have the tools to be a very, very good player, but you can tell me whether or not I have actually made a mistake. You don't have to be nervous, because I'm the easiest person to get along with. Gather your thoughts, and you are a little more handsome than I thought. So I think that all those good things that I will end up saying, I'm going to tell you that my name is Cruyff Emmanuel, and I'm going to be fair.
Yeah, I'm actually not impressed with my innings either. I feel I should have tried to go a bit deeper and back for the team. I mean, it's unlucky the way I got out, but I think the responsibility would have been on me to take it deep for the team, and I'm not impressed either.
I like that, because you're willing to take responsibility. And what would have turned me off is if you came here and you were ready to make excuses. So you can put that feather in your cap, and that is not to say that when I find it necessary to be critical of your performance, that I'm not going to be. But this is not the level that I would want to judge you from, to be honest, as Pollard clips that one off the legs for another boundary. So I will say to you in a minute, Joel Andrew.
So just take a pause. What is it? The over is completed. Was the score? Let's just give a quick briefing. 126. 126 for 4.
In the 12th over.
12th over.
All right. I just wanted to make certain
That your prediction
that I rubbed it in.
Joel, you have just recently been selected to the West Indies team for the Sri Lanka tour in the 50 overs. I think it is 50.
Yeah, training camp.
Pardon me?
Training camp.
Oh, the training camp. Oh, it's a training camp. Okay. So what is your, how are you looking forward to that? What is the plan? What is the outlook for you going forward?
I'm excited about it. I made my debut against Sri Lanka in 2024.
Okay.
So it'll be good for me to come and now play against them. I'm working on, getting back my groove at the camp and playing spin bowling because that's what we're really going up against. So just trying to get a groove and then hopefully get some game time under my belt.
Have you been in the camp already, or they've just allowed you to come out and play this game?
I'm actually staying home, so I was allowed to play.
Oh, okay. Great. Is that ordered by the West Indies team? Because you should be in training as we speak.
Yeah, no training today, so I just decided to come and play.
Okay. So you had a day off from your training, but you are in camp already.
Yeah.
All right.
Where do you all practice, at the stadium or the recreation ground?
Sticky wicket.
Oh, sticky wicket. Okay. Now you spoke about getting your groove back. When you say getting your groove back, were you speaking about you feel like if your game has sort of dropped a bit, or just you want to play to groove at the highest level?
In terms of tempo, I feel I've been playing red ball cricket for a while, so I think it's getting back into the white ball groove. I think it's different gears. That's what I'm trying to work on right now.
But for you, just 1 second. For you personally, because I sat here, I'm not in your shoes, and I said, boy, I would love to see you play a little bit more red ball cricket to really hone in your skills. What is your appetite? What are you feeling for as a youngster?
I feel as a batter, you should be able to adapt to every format of the game. But I've been given the opportunity to play the white ball at the moment, so it's just about taking opportunities as well.
I don't think that I would have been able to answer the question as good as you just did. It's not that you have a preference of white ball cricket, but at this stage of your career, you're going to take whatever opportunity becomes available.
Yeah.
And I think that was an excellent. It's an excellent way to look at it, because for me, I was one of the persons who have often suggested that in terms of the longevity of your cricketing career, you should be seeking to play more tests, more of the 5-day cricket, as opposed to the short expiry dates that the T20 and the limited overs cricket is going to offer you. So are you satisfied that you're going to put yourself in a position to be called an all-round or a well-rounded cricketer that can take advantage of all the formats of the game?
Yeah, I think white ball is mostly for players that get going quickly. I think I'm a player that needs to get time, as you saw today.
Spend time of the crease.
Spend time first before getting in. So I think the red ball will really help me to work on that. And I haven't been playing much red ball other than the 4-day competition and 2-day here. So I'm actually trying to go to England and try and get some red ball up there as well.
That was going to be my next question. Did you just participate in the recently West Indies Championship series?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. How was that experience for you? How did you feel about your game during that time?
During that time it was tough. I didn't get the scores that I wanted, and at that stage, every player would look for doubts and stuff. But I remain positive and still trying to work out what I did well coming into the tournament, and just me sticking to what I know, basically.
It sounds to me, Andrew, that you have had a lot of preparation in terms of doing your interviews. I'm very, very proud of you, because one of the sticking points for me is that not enough attention is paid to prepare you youngsters to be solid doing interviews. And I must say that I don't have any faults that I can find, and I'm a very very difficult
Oh, that's a
marker.
missed opportunity.
And you've handled yourself well.
But Joel, just before you go, you played in the 4-day. You've now been given an opportunity. CPL, I think you've now moved to the Barbados,
No, St. Lucia Kings.
St. Lucia Kings. How are you looking forward to that opportunity, getting away from the home crowd, all the pressure, playing in a different environment? How are you looking forward to that?
I mean, they love me down there. So
They love it out there too, so it's like a second home.
second home to me.
all right.
It's a good opportunity for me to, showcase my skills on different pitches, and you could see that the West Indies coach backed me to pick me for his
Fair enough.
team.
Right,
So
right.
I know that's another challenge,
Mhm.
and hopefully I get to put in some work with him as well.
I'm hoping that you're not saying, Andrew, that because you will be a part of the St. Lucia franchise, that you feel like you have been favored by Darren Sammy to be included in the West. I hope that's not what you're saying.
No.
But if you're saying that, you shouldn't feel ashamed to say it either.
1 second, guys. At the end of the 14th over, in pursuit of 142, we are 130 for 4. 134.
I would not have thought. Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm actually in their plans for their team and setup. So it's conversation that we had before around that. So
Okay.
now getting the opportunity, seeing it come alive is actually great for me.
So wait, what Darren Sammy pull you out our coffers, eh? I
No,
work
no,
behind
no.
the scene, Joel.
The West Indian analyst is the analyst for St. Lucia Kings.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The playing at the highest level, you played the CPL, and then you went, as you said, you played against Sri Lanka. What was that experience transitioning, from the local scene, the regional to the international scene? How have you found the progression in terms of your career during those stages?
To me, I think, for me, I think a cricket ball is a cricket ball at the end of the day. No matter the level, you still have to apply yourself. And I think that will always get me over the line. Application and just spending time there. But at the highest level, is quicker bowlers, more experience, more skills. So you have to be on your A game at all times.
Well, Joel, in my closing comment, I'll leave it over to Fry. All I like to tell the youngsters, discipline is what creates performance. And don't matter to the level that you reach, and I know your mom is behind you 100%, so I know she's going to keep you grounded. Just stay disciplined, stay committed to continuous development, learning. Never think that you've arrived, and I think I really believe in you, and I believe with discipline, I think the sky is the limit for you.
Well, I'm glad that I had the opportunity, because prior to today, if I saw you on the street, I would not have known who this.
Another maximum. So coming close to the score is. Oh, and oh my. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's say congratulations, Joel, to you and your team. And we know you're going to want to go with your team and do this celebration. But the Rising Sun team, Cryfin, 14 points. I want to get this overs in. But close off with Joel, and then we close off the game.
I don't think that it matters. You're going to try to rub it in, which is, I mean, it's just in your nature.
Close off with
Because
Joel.
as many times as you've been wrong today, and I've let you off the hook, but it's okay. It was nice talking to you. I am impressed with your confidence, and your ability to do an interview. And I am going to wish you all the best in all of your endeavors, in whichever format. And just like John said, be committed to the cause. And once you stay committed and you're firm in your confidence, I think that you're going to do your mother and Antigua proud. So good luck as you go forward.
Cheers, and thanks for having me.
All right, all the best, bro.
All right.
Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, we were speaking to West Indies batter, Antigua batter, our rising star in Joel Andrew. There sharing his comments on his progression in cricket. But Clive, I would say in the end, a comfortable victory for the Rising Sun team. Just don't think, as you said earlier, police just did not make enough runs to really make it a competitive game.
On a relatively good batting track. And I'm going to put another feather in your cap, because when I driving down to the grounds, I felt that the game was going to be over before 5 o'clock. But it was a pretty good game. I think that police may have fallen short by at least 30 runs, and in the end it was a comfortable victory for the Rising Sun Spartans. So I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of John as he puts a wrap on a good afternoon of cricket. And for those viewing the game via Facebook and all the other mediums, I'm hoping that you enjoyed the game, and I guess I'll see you the next time around.
Yes, so Clive, was indeed a pleasure working with you once again. And so, as you said,
you should have said thanks for being in the company of the senior.
Thanks for the opportunity of being in the company of the senior.
I do appreciate that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you here for joining us on the Antigua Parish League Network. It was indeed our pleasure bringing live coverage to you. We're going to wrap up. Can't go to the scorecard, but go through. Okay, so they opened the innings chasing 142 runs. Joel Andrew and Junior Henry opened innings. Junior Henry got off to a flyer, hitting quite a amount of maximums. He had 4 sixes and 2 fours in his 34. Joel Andrew then picked up the steam. He made 47, and then he was bowled by Darren Benter. Trish Phillip, he hit a 6 in his first ball, and then he was caught for 7 by Cornelius. Amal Nathaniel, he didn't last long. He only made 4. And then Jakeem Pollard, he came in, and along with Damari Benter, they finished it up. Jakeem Pollard, he making 31 with 4 maximums there. Marcelin started pretty well with a wide in his first over, and then he bowled 3 overs, 16 runs. He didn't take a wicket, but he bowled pretty well. Shadrach, the captain, bowled 1 over for 12 runs. Valentine, he had a horrible over, bowling 1 over for 27 runs. James Cornelius, he tried his best, 4 overs, 2 wickets, 35 runs. And Duran Benter, 4 overs, 2 maidens, 25 runs. And LaShawn Barnard coming in at the end, 1.3 overs for 25 runs. So on behalf of the teams, our producer Mark Charles, the Ayatollah, Kerry, who was here also helping us, my fellow commentator Clive Emmanuel, we just want our cameraman who gave you the ball tracking there. We just want to say thank you from the Antigua Parish League Network, asking everybody to be safe, and we'll be back again sometime next week. And the Antigua, how can we leave out ACB Caribbean, our platinum sponsor right here. And remember, on Saturday morning, you'll go Sports with Mandela will be live on the Parish League Network. And hopefully we'll be back at one of our venues next week to bring you more live coverage of the Thursday League.